Installing an electrical outlet is a classic home wiring project. It's probably a lot easier than you think. The keys to a safe installation are shutting off the power, using the right type of outlet, and making the proper wire connections. You need a few basic tools to get started. Some screwdrivers, a pair of wire strippers, a non-contact voltage tester, needle nose pliers, and a utility knife. To get the right type of outlet, you need to know the amperage of the circuit. So just look at the breaker. It'll either have a 15 for 15 amp or a 20 for 20 amp. Also make sure to get a tamper-resistant outlet. And this just has a little safety device inside that prevents a child from sticking something in one of the slots and getting a shock. Now this outlet is going into a box that has 2 cables, and the best way to make that connection is to use pigtails. Pigtail is just a short length of wire that you use to bundle all the wire colors so that you have one wire of each color going to the outlet. Now the benefit of pigtails is that if the outlet ever comes out, you have to remove it, or it fails, it won't interrupt power to the rest of the circuit. So here's how you make a pigtail. You start with the same type of cable that you have in the box. Cut about 6 inches off. Cut through the outer jacket. You can get rid of the paper. Now we have wires of each color. Black for hot, white for neutral, and copper for ground. Next thing we do is strip the ends of the wires. Okay, we're ready to install the pigtails. And before you touch any wires, make sure the power is off at the breaker and always test with the voltage tester. Touch each wire, make sure you get no electricity, and you're good to go. And before you connect the pigtails, check the wire ends of the cables in the box to make sure they aren't damaged. We're going to start with the neutrals, and you just screw on the wire nut. Now the hots, and now the ground. Now to make the connections to the outlet, we need to make a little hook on each wire end. Just use your needle nose pliers and twist it around. Now we're ready to install the outlet. We'll start with the ground terminal. Put the hook over the terminal. Opening for the hook should be on the right side, so it makes a clockwise turn around the screw. Then take your needle nose pliers and just squeeze it closed. Then tighten down very tight with the screwdriver. If you put the hook on the other way, when you tighten the screw, it'll open up the hook. So make sure it's always in a clockwise fashion. Next, we're going to do the neutral, and that goes on one of the silver screw terminals. They're interchangeable, so you can use either one. Now with insulated wires, the insulation should come up to the screw terminal, but not be under the screw. Lastly, we just do the hot, and this goes on one of the brass screw terminals. Now we just tuck the wires in. You can fold them, try not to kink them too much. And now we just screw it in. Just make sure it's snug and you're ready to put on the cover plate. That's it, we're ready to turn on the power. Now that we have the breaker back on, we just plug something in and see if it works. And that's all there is to installing an outlet. Now if you need to replace an outlet, the basic steps are the same, you just have to turn off the power and remove the old outlet first.